welcome to the Diamond Painting Caverns. We're going to do a kit up. This will be my first kit up, but I wanted to share with you. We just did an unboxing of Liberty's Light. That's what we're going to kit up today. And Liberty's Light is right here. You can see the... I'll show you the canvas here real quick, and then we'll get to setting everything up. This is Liberty's Light by Michael Humphreys. This is a Dreamer Designs canvas. It is a round, so it is round drills. There are 3 ABs, that's down here at the bottom of your key, and it measures 12.6 by 11.0, and with the 4th of July just around our corner, I thought this would be a great project to get kitted up. And thanks to my wonderful friend Jamie, I can share a little tip with you. So, most of you probably use or have heard of the Harbor Freight little containers that come, there are like 24 of them in a plastic container that you can use. I bought 2 of those containers, took them out of that and put it into a nice little Walmart, I don't even know if I left the sticker, oh I did, a Rubbermaid small cutlery tray. And this one is the one that measures 1.9 inches by 10.9 by 13 inches. And here is the deets on that. So it is a Rubbermaid silverware tray. But it fits your Harbor Freight containers perfectly. And since I was very surprised that this project had 46 colors, this will hold 40 Harbor Freight containers, and I still had a spot up top, and I use, most of my kitting is usually done with the bottles. I like the bottles. I do have a few extra, so I grabbed some of those extra bottles that I had, and I put the remaining 41 through 46 numbers here on the top, so you can see. So those are the extra drills that would not fit down here in the bottom. So I would say I typically kit up all of my projects with a 1 through system, because then I don't have to change my numbers. I just have to dekit it when I'm done, and when I do dekit, I do keep my drills, and I'm hoping at some point to do a Heaven and Earth designs with my extra drills. So I've been storing them away, and I usually store them in baggies, and at some point we'll talk about that. So let's get started. So we're going to start out, I'm going to kind of pull this up here away from me a little bit, and let's just pull, well, see which one we grab first. Number 41. So it looks like these are going to be my extras. I also, a little tip to tell you is, if you can see number 6 and number 9, and let's see if I can zoom down here a little bit. Nope, let's see, there we go. I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. So when you're looking at your number 6 and number 9, those can be flipped and can get confusing, especially if you're working on with a round. The Harbor Freight's not so much, but definitely with the round. And if you do something as simple as draw a line across the bottom of that number, you can see, drew the line in there. Now I know it's a 6 or a 9. All right, so I have also kind of keep up basket here off to the side that holds all my trash in it. I also have a shrimp boat, and this is a from Nix's Notions on Etsy. I love it. It's got a little pour spout if I needed it, but when I'm kitting up, I just like to have a tray because sometimes they might fall out. Okay, and I also have with me, if I open it up, came with one of my many different bags that I have, is a collapsible silicone funnel. So in the event that I need it since I have some round ones here, I will probably put that funnel right inside so that it's easy to just dump and go. So let's get started. Here we go. Number 41 we have in Dreamer Designs, and hoping, let's see, I want to just double check and make sure I'm still in frame for you guys. Might need to move it a little bit, but this is new for me, so to do it on camera. I do it all the time, but to do it on camera is a little bit different. Let's see, let me zoom out. There you go. So you can see what's going on. This is number 41. That's slick and easy, just pour it in. And I thought, while I'm kitting it up, might as well do it with you and we can talk and get caught up. Since this is a new channel for me, I usually do cross stitch. Next up is number 42. Cross stitch is I would say my main hobby, but this is a close second. I started out doing diamond painting, and then I came across Stitcherista, and she was doing cross stitch and diamond painting, and I realized that there was more to cross stitch than what I had been exposed to growing up. And so I jumped down that rabbit hole pretty far deep. There's 42, nice and blue. And so in the process of doing that, I kind of got out of the diamond painting world, I guess, for lack of a better way to terminology, but now I'm starting to see all these companies coming out with these fantastic designs. I love the poured glue. Started getting my daughter and my granddaughter and my grandson, actually. He's 6. He's trying. He's learning. He seems to like it. You know, attention for a young one. Yes, I have grandchildren. And now Samantha is my youngest daughter. She's off at work and college and not around much. So, you know, and my husband works night shift at the hospital, so, and I work during the day, so, you know, it helps make the nights not so quiet and lonely around here. Not that it could be with this herd of dogs that are around my feet right now. These are the Aurora Borealis. If we do end up with any really staticky ones, I'll probably just set them aside because I didn't bring my dryer sheets. So a neat trick for if you do have some that are that you notice that they're sticking, like this one seems to stick. Where am I at? Okay, so can you see how those are sticking at the top? I'm not sure if you can see when I turn that. They're kind of sticking on the sides. So there's some static in there. There is definitely some static in there. You can see them kind of hanging out up there. So I'll probably put a little piece of dryer sheet in there. These are the Aurora Borealis colors. So nice, so nice. So I do really like the jars for my kitting a project. I got a lot of, and I'll show you, containers that I can take with me. So if I go camping or what have you and I want to take a project with me, it's easy for me to do that. The only part I kind of struggle with is taking how to get my project there and not have a mess in the process. You know, I work with a light board. I have a couple of light boards actually because I am definitely with a light board. I hope that I keep looking up to make sure that I'm in frame, and I keep feeling like I'm moving more and more to me and less out of where you can see me. So this is a really pretty red. What is that? AB36. I don't know if Dreamer Designs has their own ABs or if they follow like Diamond Dots or Diamond Art Club. I have some kits on order from AliExpress. They're usually not as high quality, and I do try and look at the pictures, but sometimes, you know, to make sure it's a licensed, but sometimes you just don't know. And so there's my 46s. Those are done. What's coming up next? Okay, looks like we start at the front of the pack. So let's pull out number 1. just opening this up. This, I should not need the funnel here, so I'll just collapse that back down. And I can put that up there. It's in my, see, I put it up on top there. All right, so let's put number 1 where number 1 belongs, shall we? That's the nice thing of these Harbor Freight containers, is you can, big wide openings, dump and go. So there you go. Can you? I say there you go, and I can't tell if you can see or not. So we'll just talk while I kit. You can stitch, you can diamond paint. This is 310. These look pretty good 310s. Usually they tell you that if you have a junky kit or junky drills, you're going to see it in the 310, because for whatever reason 310 holds trash, and I don't know why that is. So there is number 2. This will make it so much easier. I'm going to zoom you out just a little. Whoop, wrong way. Zoom you out a little bit more. I guess that's about as far as we're going to go. And I just pull out the next one. I look at the next one in line. Make sure that I'm pulling what I'm supposed to be. I cut the bags because some people will take the bags apart, but some people will work out of their bags. They'll just clip it or do whatever they need to do with it. I just am really surprised with this size of a design that there is 46 colors. Was not expecting that. I had a whole container ready to go. Figured it'd probably be 24. So that just goes to show you the detail that you don't see in the shading. I hope it makes a beautiful picture. And when I do finish it, I'll make sure to post a review and what I thought. And I will have to let Diamond or Dreamer Designs know that it might just be this kit. But usually they do come with a really nice kit. So I'm not sure what happened, if it got missed in the packaging this time. But typically your Diamond Art comes with everything you need. You don't have to have a shrimp boat. They'll give you a boat. It's not a shrimp boat, but it is a nice, little plastic. I get very overzealous when I am kind of shaking my drills, and those little green trays that they give you, I always end up shaking out of them, and they fall on the floor, and I have carpeting, so that's never good. So I do better if I don't have that. Oop. Had a couple jump out of that bag. All right. Make sure we're not missing any more. There's number 6. So, a little bit about me, because I don't usually talk about myself in my videos. I still don't really talk about myself in my videos, but since this is a new channel for me, I'm hoping that new people will find me and will be interested in what I'm doing and like what I'm trying to do. It's just been a crazy time for me. I haven't gotten the videos out as much as I would like. But I have a daughter, her name's Rachel. She is currently deployed overseas, and she called to tell me that she just got promoted to sergeant. So she was very excited. She is part of National Guard here. She wants to go full-time active duty, but she has to finish out her contract that she signed with the Guard before she'll be considered to go active duty. So that's what she's working on. I think she's got a year left of her contract. She's been on a couple of deployments. She was down at Washington, D.C. when not 9/11. My gosh, she wasn't even born yet. Whenever they had the January 6th thing here in the States. I don't want to call it a resurrection. I don't want to call it anything other than she got sent there to be more of a security, as things were kind of crazy here for us in the United States. Just, I think people frustrated and try not to get political, and I just think that we're in a rough time in our country, and everybody has their opinions and they're all entitled to them. My opinion is I want my daughter to be safe. I'm prior military, my husband and I both. I was a nurse in the military. I was enlisted because I was what is considered a licensed practical nurse at the time. Now I'm a registered nurse and I work in a home health agency as a clinical admissions person. Okay, let's see what's up next. What do we got here? Oh, we're up to number 11. There was some trash over there. Yeah, so I like what I do. We're just rounding out. We gave well over 1,000 COVID vaccines to people that were essentially homebound in our community, could not get out to go get their vaccines. So we helped with that. I'll take this watch off because it's getting in my way. Okay, and then we're just the home care agency I work for has been there for over 60 years, and they really truly believe in our community. Our community believes in us. We've been named our local paper does I don't know what it's called. It's like a Reader's Choice Award. So the readers can kind of vote on different companies in our community, which one do they prefer. I mean, it could be anything from flowers to radio stations to, car fixing, what do you call them, garages or shops, or all those things. And we're 12 years in the running of most of the 12 years have been named the Reader's Choice Award for home care agencies in our area. And we have probably 5 or 6 pretty strong competitors in our area, but we're a nonprofit, and so we don't have the bells and whistles that a lot of the others do, but we do know how to take care of people, and we do that very well, regardless of what their circumstances are. So, and I don't know, I'm pretty proud to work for a group like that. They did an employee survey here in the last year. It was an outsourced survey. They encouraged participation by all staff, even management. And we were chosen in our state as being one of those great places to work. And that's based off of an algorithm of how people answered the questions and on the survey, and told us what shortcomings our company had, what we were doing very well, all in the eyes of our staff, which I think that speaks volumes too, because if your staff don't like where they work, they're not going to stay. If they don't like their manager, they're not going to stay. That really does play a valuable, no matter how much money they're making. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it is just that. They believe in what they're doing. They believe in their patients, their community. Boy, did I get down a rabbit hole talking about work. My goodness. I don't know. I like what we do. I'm proud of what we do. I've been with this company over 10 years. We have some people that have been there over 30 and are still going strong, which is awesome. Most people don't like to talk about work. We just went to a new electronic medical record system, which has been a big... We were the first home care in our state to go to computer documentation way back when computers first came out. Some of the older nurses have told me that when they got their laptops, the first time they got their laptops, they were so heavy. They were at least 10 pounds, they swear. And they said that they sent them home with these laptops and told them to play games like solitaire. And that's how they learned about the computer and kind of how to maneuver. Boy, that fit every single one of those. That was a pretty big bag. Remember that blue one we talked about, 809? That's a pretty big bag. There you go. That's pretty. I think that's probably the Sky. I'd be willing to bet that that is probably the Sky. Anyways, they said that they sent them home with their laptops and told them to play games on it. So that's exactly what they did. They went home and they played games on it. And now we're to where they use iPads, basically. It's, oh, I got a straggler in there from somewhere that's not, one that does not belong. He will have to find a home later. What was I saying? So now they use iPads. So the world has, you know, they got these little iPads with little keyboards and, you know, it's just amazing. The electronics that are available to us just is amazing. So, and the things that we can do with it, it just, you know, there's people can do bad things with it too, don't get me wrong. But I remember when I first took my nursing boards and I had to wait 6 months to get my results to know if I passed. I worked as a graduate nurse in our local nursing home. That was when I went for my LPN. And then whenever I went back to school and I got my RN, registered nurse, I went to take my boards and I found out that if I passed, I think it took probably 3 or 4 days. Kind of scary. Now, I think they know before they even leave from the test site if they've passed or not. It's that quick. I just think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. But then you got people that take advantage of electronics and, you know, you got the hackers of the world out there that use this as a gateway, and people use it as a gateway to prey on innocent children. And so there is drawbacks to every positive. There's a negative, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some I'm probably not even thinking about because, you know, I tend to try and be positive in most of my interactions. Oh, I pulled the wrong one. Whoop, sorry, I bumped the light. Look at that. Glad I stopped myself. This is 26 I needed, not 27. So I pulled out the wrong one. There, it's 26. There's not a lot in these colors, so that's nice. It's going to make it interesting later. So you hear me gushing about work and talking about electronics. Oh, well, you know what? One of the things electronics has helped us with COVID is being able to check in on patients or people. You know, you probably used it yourselves in Zoom rooms if you're diamond painting or if you're cross-stitching in a group or crochet or whatever your craft of choice is. I'll bet you there's a group on Zoom that's doing it with other people. So you don't have to actually leave your house to socialize anymore like you used to. You get to go and you can get on the computer, and if you hear that snoring, there's a dog underneath my feet and I hear him, but I don't know if you can hear him. I was trying to be quiet to see if we could hear him, but he quit. All right, 29. We're almost there. Okay, so here's number 30. I don't know. I'm hoping that this works. Right now, I'm really just hoping this video works because I went and got a new memory card, an SD card, and I just hope I can figure out how to transition it from the video camera to the YouTube world, because I'm not good about that. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to figure that out. And if not, I'll be YouTubing how to do it. Let me open that up. The drills look really nice and clean. I don't see really any trash in any of these, so that's good. And this is just a fantastic setup. I can set this right beside me. I can work on my project, and it'll be good. Okay, getting closer. So this is 34. This is our last strip. Trying to get the I keep hearing him snoring. Oh my goodness. That would be Max. For those of you that know me from my cross stitch channel, Max is my daughter's dog that's deployed, and he's a boxer, and I think he may have some pit bull in him, but he's a big lug. But he'll protect you till the cows come home. He is definitely a protector, but he just wants to play all the time. He is definitely a puppy. He needs a house with a fenced yard that he can go run and burn off his energy in, because some days he's just got all kinds of, well, my grandma used to call it piss and vinegar. She used to say that about the young ones around. They're just full of piss and vinegar. I think that's the fun thing about the videos that I like the most, is it just brings back memories. I watch Cheryl McKinney on Sentimental Pastimes, and she does some great unboxings and some whipping chats, and you know, she has some great topics. It reminds me of my childhood growing up. And you know, she talked about Valentine's, when it was around Valentine's time, and you know, the kids getting their Valentine boxes ready, and that was just, it just brought back so many fun memories. So you know, that's I kind of like about doing the whip and chat and talking. I say talking, not like anybody's hearing me talk, but listening to their stories just takes me back to whenever I was that age and doing those things, or you know, just kind of interesting. And then some, see, I am definitely can see the draw, you know, the budget friendly sites. I can see the draw for that, because I do enjoy doing the cross stitch, and you need to do some things on a budget. And diamond painting, I enjoy both, and you know, one hobby at a time. No, that's kind of a farce. I don't know that you can do one hobby at a time. At least that's what I tell my husband. I tell him all the time. He's like, you painted, you did all these, you know, quilted, you cross-stitched, you crochet, you diamond painting again. And I said, yes, but look at me smiling. So doesn't that make it worth it? I don't know if he agrees. But we are completely kitted up and ready to go. One last thing that we're going to do, I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute so we're all kitted. This is ready to go. One last thing I like to do, as I said before, is I chase my drills, and I don't want to chase drills. So in order to stop me from doing that, I have some quick release sheets. I have 2 that was sent to me from NYX's Notions, and I use those. And I also have some that I've gotten on a roll from many a long time ago. Many a long time ago. Listen to me, my English. And I have them cut to different sizes. And I like these because, simple reason, is there's no doubt what side is on what side. When I say that is this it's double-sided, but not all of them are. A tip you can do is put a sticker on the side that should be up, where if you look at these, there's writing on one side and on the other side it's plain. But I have them in different sizes because sometimes I don't have time to do a big section. Sometimes I only have time to do a little section. So I try and mix it up when I go across as best I can. So we're going to do that today. While we're at it and while we're recording, and hopefully you can see it, I'm just going to pin this down so I keep us in screen somewhat. And look, all I'm going to do is, does that make you cringe? I just took it off. It's completely off. It's open to the elements. I don't like having it all the way open to the elements. Okay, so since there's some long blocks of color up here in this corner, I'm just going to go ahead and lay this up there. Because, and I'm going to take this one over on this side. The reason why I'm doing this in different angles is because I want to be able to open up different sections. And I'm looking because I would like my lines to line up if I can. If not, it's not a big deal. I just adjust it later. Let me see, can I zoom down so you can see a little bit better maybe? I don't know. Okay, and then I start just kind of covering and moving. I want to, you know, maybe I'll just do a little section that day. Maybe, you know, I pull up, I reposition a lot, and I'm okay with that. Down here, I just kind of move around my picture, and you can see what I'm doing is I'm making some different spots, covering it up, and you know, maybe I'll put this down here. Most of the time I only get maybe I'll put that one down there. Most of the time I might only get a half an hour to do some diamond painting. I do try and overlap a little bit because I want it to line up on that side. I maybe get a half an hour some days I'll get a little bit more, and I'm okay. I just do whatever I can do. And if I don't get it all done, I just put a needle minder paper on it and keep on going, or they call them paper minders. So let's do this one this way. So you can see some people are very specific and make sure everything lines up. I just go through, and if I got a little bit of time, I might just pull this section out and go, okay, I only have a little bit of time. I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to do this section. I try to be cognizant of colors. You know, if I'm going to do blue in the roof, I want to try and make sure I'm doing the blue of the roof. I don't want to have multiple sitting open. So sometimes I turn things. Maybe I don't want to use that piece. Maybe I'm going to use this one. Give me another little section down here. So you can see I've got different sizes cut for that reason. Now I could put this across here, but it's a little bit shy. So I would rather go this way, right? Boy, is that nice and sticky. And it is very windy today. Okay, put that there. And let's take, and we'll just put this last one right here. Okay, so now I've taken that beautiful picture, I've covered it up with my release papers. And now the next thing I'll do is I'll put it on my light pad, get it all pinned, ready to go, clipped on to my light pad, and then we will start this in the upcoming days so that we will come back when it's all done. I thank you for joining me on my first whip and chat, or kit up and chat, and hope you enjoyed and had a good time as well and got lots of things done. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.